Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's realistic review in which we are taking a look at the Spitfire Mk Vb trop. Fantastic British plane, sits at 3.3 battle rating in realistic battle and has fantastic turn time. Of course, most of the Spitfires have this, especially the early ones. And this one is no different. You can really turn with this thing as we lose the flaps. I was still used to the Key 94, which was the last plane I flew up to 500 kilometers an hour. Those flaps, not these flaps though. No, I had to be a little bit careful there actually, because the wings are also more rippable in this plane. You have to be careful, as we immediately have to go into further maneuvers as we got a F4 on our tail. But we're in a little bit of a rolling scissors, although not a clean one, as we try to get the upper hand here. The F4 is quite maneuverable as well, but definitely cannot get us in a dedicated turn like this. The plane has good firepower with two 20mm cannons. It has the Hispano Mark IIs. That is fantastic. It only holds 60 rounds per gun though, and this is quite a surprise, as most of the British Spitfire hold 120 rounds per gun. Not this one. This is one of the early ones with cannons, and this one only holds 60 rounds per gun, for which I used a universal belt. And it also has four 7.7mm machine guns, which hold 350 rounds per gun, which we're using here on this F4 trop, and we will shoot him down with that. I try to preserve my 25 rounds of cannon ammo that I had left. I use stealth, by the way, on the machine guns. So next to the turn time and the good firepower, what does this thing have more? Well, it has good roll rate. It is not like a Focke-Wulf 190 of course, but it is quite maneuverable overall, with the roll rate being good and the turn time being fantastic. It also has decent acceleration and energy retention, and the climb rate is pretty good as well. Not fantastic. Some other Spitfires have way better climb rate than this one, but the climb rate is still good enough so that you can end up as the highest plane with a little bit of side climbing, no problem. The plane also performs quite similar on all altitudes. It is best on medium to low, but it does pretty good on high altitude as well. Its preferred altitude is around 5,000 meters, which is right in between medium and high altitudes, right in the middle of that. It does have some downsides as well. The cruising speed is quite low, as we avoided this BF-109G, and he's extending from me. Cannot hope to catch him. There's a BV-238 coming in as well. There's 3 opponents left right now, and me and Halifax on my side. And I of course have a damaged engine. I'm leaking oil, 10 minutes of fuel, and I've got no cannon rounds left, with very minimal amounts of MGs left as well. So I decide to get back to the airfield and get a repair and a reload in, so that I can reset myself. Now the main things to take into account for this plane are the danger of ripping your wings in steep dives with speeds over 500 kilometers an hour, where you can rip wings when you pull on the surfaces too hard. And sometimes it happens and sometimes it don't. It's certain angles with certain amounts of G's that you pull, and then you can lose your wings, so you gotta be careful with that. But I haven't noticed it in the matches that I flew. I did rip off my flaps though. Flaps, you cannot use them above 400 kilometers. At least that's where I pulled them off this time. Oh man, I was still used to the Key 94. Yeah. Fantastic flaps on that thing, by the way. But the flaps on this thing can definitely make the turns even better. But in general you don't really need them unless you're on the top of your climb, or if you need a little bit of extra lift, you're trying to reach somebody in a climb. It also has a little bit of overheating as we lose control. Right there, I did use negative pitch, but I did it not long enough, and I stayed in the blackout phase, and I lost control, giving my opponent there the chance to crash himself. He was damaged by the airfield, but he did not get killed by the airfield. He crashed, so I think he either J'd out or no, I think he J'd out. Actually, because otherwise the AA would have gotten the kill. So he basically thought he was gonna die from me and decided to try to deny me the kill, which is unfortunate. That would have been my 4th kill. As we got warned by the Halifax ally that I have that we had a bomber incoming, and it was the Italian P108B32, and we are now slotting in on the tail. We're having to be careful about the gunners who are gonna shoot momentarily. Yeah, there they are. We hit him, we crit him, we hit him 2 more times, so 3 hits and a crit with a fire. He's damaged, he's flying towards the airfield. I thought this is definitely gonna be my kill. I critted him, this is cool. If the airfield gets him, that's fine. I got the crit, no problem. Yeah. Ooh. You can imagine what I felt like after that BF-109 crashed into the ground, stealing a kill away from my tally in this match, and then my own AA guns stealing a critically hit opponent that was slowly going down anyway, trying to drop his bombs on the airfield. My own AA guns stealing the kill from me. Well. Oh well, there goes all my hopes for an ace. Although it is an ace in spirit, right? But the only thing that's left is this German gunboat. And we decided not to reload. We still have 8 minutes of fuel and 40 rounds of cannons with 800 rounds of machine guns. So probably the machine guns are gonna have to do a little bit of work, as the 2 bombers are going gunship on each other. I would put my money on the BV-238, by the way, against the Halifax. And the Halifax was brave, but I don't know why he was doing that. Now we do catch a fire on that left inner engine, and that is great. With the machine guns actually. The cannons did rake the left wing over its whole length, from the outer tip towards both engines and then the inner engine. But my cannon round stopped having ammunition before we reached that inner engine. He's on fire. Now let's hope that the fire holds. He's already listing a little bit. I don't know if it's enough though. He could just bleed out. Those wings are very, very sturdy, and they don't just blow off because fuel tank is caught fire. And there we go. We killed the fuel tank. He suffered damage to that engine. That engine died. He's listing to the left still, but he's still flying straight. He's not losing altitude. So we're going for another rake of that left wing. We need to reduce its... there we go. Yeah. We need to reduce the lift on that left wing so that he starts listing more like he's doing now. And that will make him plummet to the ground slowly. And I think this is enough. He seems to be losing altitude. He's heavily listing to the left. And this is basically... there goes the Halifax. Oh, sorry comrade, it was a good fight. We were communicating really nicely and he stuck in there. He actually tried to help me out there, which was good. And there he goes, yeah. So that's what you want to do with a BV-238. You want to go for one wing. Go for one wing only. If you meet him head on, go for the pilots of course. But otherwise, go for one wing. Get him out of balance. Reduce the lift on one wing and get him plummeting to the ground. 4 kills in this match with 1 assist. And let's see what we got for this performance. We've got Final Blow, Last Man Standing, Terror of the Sky, and Bulletproof. 60,000 silver lines and 3,100 research points. Oh, we didn't get an S6. Where did I get that from? Never mind. 4 kills. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. Now, very enjoyable aircraft is. The only thing that is really a downside is the ammo load, I think. I mean, you can take the flying and the diving into account so that you don't rip off wings and save the flaps and all that jazz. But the guns, those 60 rounds, you really got to be watching your trigger happiness with this thing. You run out of those 60 rounds per gun in a blink of an eye, and then you're down to your 4 7.7mm machine guns. And although they're pretty nice and you can kill planes with them, you want to have the stopping power of 20mm. And you will have to reload often, once or twice in a match. Many matches run pretty long. You have good chances of being the last plane in this thing. Good climber, good on altitudes, the handling is great, maneuverability is nice. Just an all-around great plane. I had great fun in this plane. So yeah, I can definitely recommend you guys to fly it out and have some fun with it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.